Hello, everyone. Welcome to At Ease, the show for veterans who deserve disability money because of their service. What do you always say, Len?
You served, you deserved.
My name's Ron Garrett. I'm your host, along with the CEO of RLC Veterans Assistance, Mr. Len Connell. Len, thank you for being on again.
Thank you, Ron.
Let's talk about the RLC Veterans Assistance, named after your dad, and you have some sad news for us.
You know, a little bit of sad news. My mother, age 91, Barbara, she passed away 3 days ago. She had Alzheimer's, and she had it for around 6 years. And with people with Alzheimer's, generally what starts to happen is that they start being a little bit funnier or a little bit more eccentric than they were before. And then the cognitive stuff, why am I in this room? That kind of stuff happens. And then they kind of forget who they are. And then in the later stages, unfortunately, what happens is that their body system starts shutting down. So anyway, she passed very, very peacefully, a lot of dignity, talking to the nurses, had lunch, took a nap, heart stopped. I told the hospital not to resuscitate her, so she went really nice. And my father, Mr. RLC, Raymond Len Connell,
right.
He's been her husband for 66 years. And they were lucky to have celebrated their 66th wedding anniversary.
That's great.
So as far as I kind of see it, like the wedding anniversary was kind of the final thing in my mother's life. And I thank the hospital out here, Henderson Hospital. They did a wonderful job. I also thank the VA. My father is a 100% service-disabled United States veteran from the Korean War, and we're not getting a bill. I'm saying that, that if you get that disability rating, not only does it help you as a serviceman, it also helps your spouse and your dependents because they need the money.
Let's tell them a little bit how to do that. Once again, we are RLC Veterans Assistance, and Len and his terrific staff can be reached at 702-473-0410 or online at rlcvets.com. How many years you been in business now?
6 years. 6 years. We started in August of 2019, so it's been quite a while. And I got my father his disability benefits, and I have to say to you guys, I've never been in the service. I've never wore the uniform. I've never stood on the line. I've never been tested. I was the brat, the B-R-A-T, brat. I was the child of the veteran. I was the dutiful follower, okay? So my life was in business and finance and administrative and business consulting. I did this. I had no idea that my father was going to get the money. I did it all myself with a little bit of help from a volunteer institution that just gave me the paperwork and sent me out the door. And my father got the highest benefit, 100% permanent and total.
Can I ask how much that is? Or is that a secret
currently,
number?
No. If you get it right now, 100%, you're looking at around $4,000 a month. And then it's added based on dependents, spouses, number of children. There's also, so at this point, my father's had it for a while, and so he's around $5,000, a month with this. Plus, there are other benefits that go on top of it, like aid and attendance and a number of others. So my dad's coming out pretty good, and like I say, we spend every nickel of it. I'm going to tell you that. If you had to take care of an Alzheimer's mother and a deaf father, both in their 90s as the only single caregiver, that costs a lot of money. Thank God for the VA.
We're going to be back in just a little bit with Colleen
Lacey.
Wasn't that Starsky and Hutch? It wasn't Lacey.
Cagney and Lacey. That's
Cagney and Lacey. That was the show. Anyway, so we'll be back with Colleen Lacey here very shortly. I want to thank Len for opening the show with us. He'll be back to chat with Colleen as well. Once again, 702-743-0410, RLC Veterans Assistance, and we'll be right back with Colleen Lacey.
Hey, Vegas! Are you ready to kickstart 2025 with a bang? The Composer's Room is your go-to destination for Las Vegas entertainment. Every day is a celebration here. From live music to comedy shows to magic acts, the Composer's Room has the entertainment with the Las Vegas vibe. If you are feeling lucky, then try your hand at one of our hot video poker machines. Who knows, you may hit the jackpot. Are you feeling thirsty? Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you are a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are guaranteed to entertain your taste buds. And what's more, we've been voted best restaurant with live music. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Start celebrating 2025 in style at the Composer's Room. Our Vegas, our way.
Welcome to At Ease, second portion of the show, RLC Veterans Assistance, Len Connell. We are here to tell veterans that are out there and their families how to apply and receive their duly earned and deserved service-related disability compensation from the VA. Now, what we're going to do until further notice is every single segment of the show, I'm going to bring on a client of the firm or the spouse of a client of the firm, basically somebody we helped, because I want you guys to know that we're really helping people out there. We've helped 4,000 of them in the 6 years that we've been there, and I'd like them to tell their story because probably their story is going to be a lot like your story, and a lot of people sitting on the fence are going to go, I didn't know I could get benefits like that, but when Colleen was on, yeah, I get it, you know. So I'm going to present a good friend of mine for many years, Colleen Lacey. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Len. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Hanging in there, you know. Now, Colleen's husband, Cliff Lacey, passed away a number of years ago. Wasn't that maybe
2020?
2020, okay. So he's been gone for 5 years. Cliff, in this town here, was very well known because he was the manager of a used car division of a very, very large multi-state car dealer. Very, very respected man in that industry, by the way. Cliff was also in the service. He was in 2 branches of service, okay? Cliff came to us, and we were looking to get benefits, and Cliff also had cancer at the time. So we had kind of a rush job to see if we could get him his benefits before he passed. So, Colleen, in your words, what did we do? You came to us. Let's talk a little bit about that in your words.
Okay, so Cliff connected with a neighbor who is one of Len's good friends, and she put us in touch with Len. And so Cliff went into their office, and you guys started the paperwork for him because I don't know anybody that can understand government papers. And anyways, that started the process. And months later, Cliff kept getting sicker and sicker. And we were getting close to getting a decision made for Cliff. And he ended up passing. And so I had to pick up the slack and go back in and do kind of the paperwork again.
Yeah, we had to refill as a survivor.
Right.
Yep.
So anyway, so I did that, and within a few months, I had my benefits, I had my settlement, and it couldn't have come at a better time in my life.
that extra money comes in handy, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And one thing, like with me having been a caregiver of my mother and my father, my mother died, my father's still here, you taking care of yourself, taking care of Cliff. The money goes, the money is spent, the money is used. So anybody out there that thinks that spouses and dependents of veterans or veterans themselves are getting this money and just parking it somewhere in the credit union, you got another thing coming, because it's expensive to live. Inflation. Who would think $7 for a carton of eggs, cost of electricity, cost of gas, cost of medical care. Medical care. Now, you're on the Veterans Medical Plan, correct?
Correct,
Okay.
the civilian.
And how many people out there that are widows that didn't work in a career back in those days for years and years? They're stuck with Medicare and Medicaid, which are very, very basic. A lot of doctors don't take Medicare and Medicaid, so you're going to get the same level of health care because of what you were smart enough to trust us with to do than Cliff when he passed. You're going to get the same level, the top flight VA medical care that we all know and love, and the extra money to live independently. So right now you're living in a luxury community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what's your day kind of look like? What do you do during the day?
Oh, well, during the day, I work full time. I work part time, and that's kind of my day,
Yeah.
So on the weekends, I like to go out and have some fun and whatever, but
The
I don't-
magic
it's
the
helped.
magic word, Colleen, is D for dignity. D for dignity. You're living your life with dignity.
correct.
Cliff passed 5 years ago. My mother passed 4 days ago. But we move on in dignity. And I think that if we ask all the veterans that are out there and all their families, they don't want to be the Rockefellers and the Kennedys and the Bill Gateses and the people like that. They just want a good square deal and a good square way of living. And Cliff was in 2 branches of service. He was a Gulf War veteran, okay? He certainly earned every nickel of the benefits that he got and that Colleen got, because it comes down to every person that's in the service, Colleen, they sign a blank check to the government. And whatever they want to use them for, they use them for. And whatever situation they want to be in, this situation that's there. And then what we need to do is we need to help those veterans get the healing they need, reintegrate back in civilian society. And most of them, like Cliff, they come out, and outside of the military, he becomes one of the most respected business people in the community. So let me ask you this, Colleen. What would you say to a person who is sitting on the fence and saying, "I don't know if I should do this," like that? What would you say?
Get off the fence and go see RLC so that you can start the fight of getting your benefits that you deserve.
You
Period.
served,
The end.
you served, you deserve. That's what it all comes out with, And right now, we have a lot of things that are going on, and I'm just going to reassure some people. Right now, the president and Elon Musk are going around, and they're, cutting the budget, looking for fat, looking for things like that. And the VA is an organization that has no oversight. That was the deal, okay? So nobody's going to take your VA benefits. Nobody's going to take your check. Nobody's going to take your TRICARE. Nobody's going to take your VAChamp.gov. None of that stuff is going to go away, okay? At the end of World War II, the deal to set up the VA was it was an organization that stands next to the government, not part of the government. So they can't take your benefits, okay? I want you guys to know that. They can't take your benefits, okay? So anyway, rest easy on that, because the president, the Supreme Court, the Senate, the Congress cannot wake up one day after a 5-day drunken site and say we're going to cut the VA budget, okay? We did have a little glitch, okay? The president did cut some of the budget, that the online portal, va.gov, it went down for a couple of hours, and we got that fixed. So anyway, we're going to go to a break. Thank you so much. RLC Veterans Assistance, at ease.
Hey, Vegas! Are you ready to kickstart 2025 with a bang? The Composer's Room is your go-to destination for Las Vegas entertainment. Every day is a celebration here. From live music to comedy shows to magic acts, the Composer's Room has the entertainment with the Las Vegas vibe. If you are feeling lucky, then try your hand at one of our hot video poker machines. Who knows, you may hit the jackpot. Are you feeling thirsty? Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you are a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are guaranteed to entertain your taste buds. And what's more, we've been voted best restaurant with live music. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Start celebrating 2025 in style at the Composer's Room. Our Vegas, our way.
And we're back. Thank you, Len. We heard a lot about what goes on at RLC and his backstory. With us still is Colleen Lacey. Colleen, you met your husband after his service.
Correct.
And was he suffering at that time that you knew of?
In pain, yes.
And,
he was in the Navy SEALs.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, he was a SEAL.
Yeah, so he had back and knee pain, and there was a lot of pain.
Well, being a SEAL is a tough
Yes.
racket.
He would always say, I've earned this because I jumped out of perfectly good helicopters.
Well, he must have seen a lot of different kinds of action.
Yes.
What got to him? It was it Vietnam or was it the Iraq War?
Iraq.
It was Iraq. So a lot of things were happening over there.
Yes.
What did he pass away from? From what was it?
He had a lung cancer, and which eventually went to his brain.
You think some of that came from Iraq and the burn pits? And
Absolutely.
sure, it did.
Absolutely.
And I believe it's, hey, Len, the PACE Act, right? Took care of the burn pits? It was the PACE Act. So you had a neighbor who recommended Len's company, RLC Veterans
Correct.
Assistance. Tell me about how that went.
So we were at a Christmas party, and Chris started talking to Cliff about VA benefits and her friend Len, and the next thing I knew, he was going down to fill out the paperwork. I believe it was the same day.
Same day.
He got full medical benefits. It was incredible. I've never seen anything work like that. So
Oh, that's
he
great.
started on getting doctor appointments immediately. And then we started for the pension.
I went through the VA system. I recently had some surgery necessary. And as I was saying earlier, I was handled with care and was sent to Palo Alto VA Center for heart surgery. Here I am. It all worked out.
Thank God.
Thank God. You know, it was a little rough there, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate the way things were handled. Now, because of Len, I'm able to get that kind of care because I filed with him for my hearing disability and the ringing in the ears. And I received a percentage which qualified me for just about everything beyond the amount of percentage that I get. It's not big. It's not 100%. Yours is 100%, is that?
Correct.
Yeah, which is very nice. But it's a help, but it put me in the system. And that was great. So you had good experience with the VA and the health care.
I couldn't ask for better care for him. It was
Did you
amazing.
have yourself been involved with their health system at all?
I actually have CHAMP VA, which is for civilians, but I'm not sure. I'm going to talk to Len after this.
You'll know.
How to go about using all of that. I'm sure there's plenty of other benefits that I don't even know about. I've heard from other veterans' wives that I could do this and get my car registration reduced.
That's true.
Yeah,
I do it.
I don't know what all the benefits are. I'm taking advantage of the money coming in every month, which by God helps a ton. And
it's
Champ
forever,
VA,
isn't it? For life, the money.
correct,
It's forever.
correct,
Yeah.
correct.
VA benefits, everybody. They're out there for you. If you're disabled or think you are, come and visit RLC Veterans Assistance at 473-0410. They're located at 1300 North Boulder Highway. It's easy to find. Or go online and access them at rlcvets.com. You mentioned earlier that you work every day. What kind of job do you have?
I work for a company called Create Media, and we do all the outdoor mobile billboards that run up and down the strip.
Is that
in
right?
Fremont Street.
You design the
No, I do accounting,
You do the accounting, okay.
but it's got
But
its
you
little
but
perks
you handle
too.
the money, you know. What'd you say?
I handle the money. I get shows, sometimes some show tickets.
Yeah,
It's a fun
sometimes.
job.
Well, this the people who use the outdoor billboards, they're going to give you show tickets.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I used to work. I used to be at the Sahara, where I was the entertainment director and the marketing director.
Okay.
I had both jobs. I bought a lot of outdoor mobile billboard advertising in my time.
Come see us.
It's really good. Well, I don't have that job anymore. But,
I
you
know.
maybe Hey Vegas TV, which is the station that we're on. This is Hey Vegas TV, which you can find by going to heyvegastv.com, or if you have Roku on your smart TV, you can go to Roku or the channel guide, and you will see Hey Vegas TV. This show, At Ease, with Len Connell and I, and today with Colleen, and we're so happy you were able to make. You took time off.
I did.
You took
I
time. Well, you're not
did.
going to get in trouble, are you?
No, when they ask, I have to give back because they did a lot for us. So this is my little give back.
You got some money coming if you're a veteran, and you must take a shot at getting that money. RLC Veterans Assistance. So my story is a positive one. Your story is a positive one. Len was talking earlier about how his family was involved and the things he did for them. All of this is for the veteran. Are you glad that you contacted RLC Veterans?
Absolutely,
Sure you are.
absolutely. I would encourage anyone that's been in the service and go check them out and find out if you're eligible. It doesn't hurt.
And it didn't take long?
It took a year and a half.
Well, but there's
But
a
I
lot,
mean,
a lot to do.
It's a lot, and they, will request the same thing over and over again. So it's a time process, but it's worth the fight.
Paperwork.
And he's worth the fight.
Pure paperwork, nothing but paperwork. That's what takes
That's it.
most of the time. But Len, he cut through that pretty much.
They
I-
know what they're doing.
I got my first check and back pay within 90 days of filing. So that really went fast.
Yeah, but I had a death in the middle,
You
so
had-
it took a
yeah.
little bit more time, and we had to refile. And anyways,
We're going to take a
happy.
break. When we come back, we're going to have Len on set with us again.
Great.
And we're going to talk about something about the two different discharges. I don't believe we brought that up yet.
Okay.
All right, Len, have we brought that up yet, Len? No. He's saying let's go with that. So, everyone, this is RLC Veterans Assistance. The show is At Ease, and we'll be right back with the final segment with me, Colleen, and Len Connell. We'll be right back.
Hey Vegas! Are you ready to kickstart 2025 with a bang? The Composer's Room is your go-to destination for Las Vegas entertainment. Every day is a celebration here. From live music to comedy shows to magic acts, the Composer's Room has the entertainment with the Las Vegas vibe. If you are feeling lucky, then try your hand at one of our hot video poker machines. Who knows, you may hit the jackpot. Are you feeling thirsty? Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you are a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are guaranteed to entertain your taste buds. And what's more, we've been voted best restaurant with live music. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Start celebrating 2025 in style at the Composer's Room. Our Vegas, our way.
We're back on At Ease, the show for veterans who have disabilities and need some money. Len, you're back. Thank you for joining us back on the set. Len told me there's $18 million waiting for veterans if they file with a disability. Colleen, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate that. We'll have to send something to your boss to cover. Maybe I could have filled in for you, but I can't count, so that won't work. In your case, there was two different kinds of discharges that took place with your husband. Len, you want to explain what that's all about?
Yeah. What happens a lot of times in the service is that people will be in two different branches of service. They will have performed really well in both branches of service, right? But to get VA benefits, you have to have either an honorable discharge, a standard discharge, general discharge. Can't have a dishonorable or less than honorable, okay? So if that happens, okay, and you still want to get benefits as a veteran or as the dependent or spouse, you're not out of the woods. You are not out of the game, okay? We can go back to an organization like ours, really easy to fix, okay? And you can use the honorable discharge to drive the eligibility for the disability compensation, the CHAMP VA, the TRICARE for Life, and all the other benefits. So if anyone ever tells you, and a lot of people have good experiences in the service, a lot of them have great experiences with one branch of the service, they might not have the same wonderful time with the other branch, okay? So if you have those issues, do not feel that you're beyond hope. You still qualify. And there's a ton of things that we can do to get that fixed for you so you can get the benefits you deserve and your dependents and loved ones.
You know, Len, I'm glad you brought all that up. But let's also add that there are not a lot of people who don't have good discharges.
That's right.
Mostly, in the high 90%, I'm sure, either got a general or an honorable. Not very few got the other. But there's always mitigating circumstances. And that's what your company, RLC Veterans Assistance, can clear up, like you did for Colleen and like you'll do for others.
Exactly. And it happens all the time. And there's a lot of reasons for it. And a lot of them, and I hate to say it, a lot of them, I was never in a service, okay? It was their fault, okay?
Okay.
Okay. See, I got away with that without getting hit, okay?
That's right.
But suffice it to say those opportunities are available and they can benefit you.
We're going to have to wrap this up right now. Colleen, thank you so much for being here. I know you took time off. That's wonderful. We're on Hey Vegas TV. Len will tell you when it'll be re-edited, posted, and put out there for all to see. We'll reach 100,000 people, potentially, and bring awareness to your case and to Len's company, RLC Veterans Assistance, 702-473-0410 or rlcvets.com. Thank you, Len.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you, Colleen.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week right here on At Ease.
You served, you deserve.